The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it is permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins. The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. And let's take a look at the Bears offense.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be
trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second down, it's Stokes, and he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Morrison. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On the defensive side here, the starters for the Texans. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, You've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Washington on 3rd and short. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Watson on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Garcia. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 90 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Watson on 3rd down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 9 yards that time.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On 1st, here's Washington. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From just shy of midfield, Watson buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they left little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete. It's Ford. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Stokes. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Watson now to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ford. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the 1st quarter. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd down now. It's Stokes, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. The Texans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. On 2nd down, Johnson.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And now out comes Houston. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Oh, it's a jet sweep. Here comes Miller. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. On 2nd down, it's Stokes. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle? I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive. Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 36-yard line.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ford. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He'll look to throw. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. They get just 2 out of it there, and it's 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 8. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They'll set up to throw.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now back to throw. It's complete to Hopkins. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. They'll drop the throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw.
And we see another.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. From 4 yards out, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. We don't see too many scoreless halves in football, not in today's day and age, and we're not going to see one here. We finally have points on the board.
Yeah, and it didn't come easy, did it? Because neither of these offenses really gotten out of the starting blocks yet. But that is definitely an important score right there. And who knows? The way their defense is played, that touchdown might even hold up until the end.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 50, it's Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Garcia. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And he's eclipsed the half-dozen catch mark for a tight end. That's pretty darn good, although that's starting to become the new norm in the NFL.
It really is, and it tells me that they are planning for what the defenses are going to do, which nowadays usually means two guys involved with trying to cover a tight end no matter what. Someone at the line of scrimmage so they don't get a free release into the secondary. You want to make it tough for them to get off the line of scrimmage. And then someone behind them that picks up the coverage from there. Doesn't matter whether it's a corner, a safety, a linebacker. All of them are usually involved.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. Last week they got the victory against the Colts, and they lead this one as well as they begin things here 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. A first down carry here for Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now a play fake here on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Duke Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. As the Bears push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now Watson. High throw, but he makes the catch. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
We got 4. We got 4.
They'll run on first down. It's Washington. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Staying on the ground with Washington. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Throwing on third down, Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Stokes. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. Now throw right sideline here is complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. He finds Hopkins complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. With that catch, he's now 18 away from 1,000, so he's at 982. And that's how many Randy Moss had, 2018 Hall of Famer.
And similar.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Garcia. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got his man on the comebacker. That's Ford. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards in a Chicago 1st down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. I know this defense knew it coming into the game, Charles, and they know it even more now. DeAndre Hopkins is a tough cover.
And anytime you see him out there and there's less than double or triple teaming him, take a shot with it. Just what you're talking about. If he's such a tough cover, one guy's not going to get it done. Throw the ball out there, let him go get it.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Here's Watson to throw on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 48, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. They go to Johnson again.
bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as the Bears push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now a first down throw, Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. 2nd straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Here's Watson. And that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Given up a lot of points in this game, but look better on that play.
Go now. 15 line. 15 line.
Let's go. Check 99. Check 99.
Get it. Get up.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Johnson. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.